Deep in the jungles of Chiapas, Mexico, lies the ancient Mayan city of Palenque. For centuries, its secrets were buried beneath dense vegetation. But in 1952, archaeologist Alberto Ruiz Lullier made a discovery that would rewrite history and ignite a debate that rages to this day. After 4 long years of clearing rubble from a hidden passageway inside the Temple of the Inscriptions, he finally reached the burial chamber of a great Mayan king, Kainich Janab Pakal, or Pakal the Great. And on the lid of his sarcophagus was an image so baffling, so futuristic, that it has been called one of the most mysterious artifacts in the world. It's a massive, intricately carved stone slab, 5 tons of pure enigma. At its center is a man, Pakal, reclining in a posture that seems unnatural. His hands are on what look like controls. His left foot is on a pedal. His face is turned upwards with a device over his nose that resembles a breathing apparatus. He's seated inside a complex contraption with flames and smoke billowing from the bottom. To many, the image is unmistakable. It's a man in a cockpit, piloting a machine. A rocket ship. This is the story of the Palenque astronaut. The most famous proponent of this theory was Erich von Däniken, author of the blockbuster book Chariots of the Gods. He argued that this carving was clear proof of ancient astronauts, extraterrestrial beings who visited our ancestors and shared their advanced technology. He saw Pakal not as a Mayan king on a journey to the underworld, but as an astronaut blasting off into the cosmos. Look at the details, he pointed out. The pointed nose cone of the craft, the intricate machinery with levers, cables, and gadgets, the fire and exhaust fumes shooting from the tail, just like a modern rocket launch. He even suggested the man's posture, leaning back, is identical to that of astronauts during liftoff bracing against the G-forces. Could it be? Could the ancient Maya have witnessed, or even possessed, technology far beyond their time? Did they carve this image as a literal record of an event they saw with their own eyes? For decades, this idea captured the public imagination. It fed into a growing fascination with UFOs and the possibility that we are not alone in the universe. The Palenque astronaut became a poster child for the ancient alien theory, a piece of hard, physical evidence that seemed to defy conventional explanation. It's an incredibly compelling idea. An ancient civilization, known for its pyramids and calendars, secretly holding the key to space travel. But, as with any great mystery, there's another side to the story. Mainstream archaeologists and Mayan scholars offer a very different, yet equally fascinating interpretation. They argue that to understand the carving, we can't look at it with 21st century eyes. We have to see it through the eyes of the ancient Maya themselves. For them, this isn't a spaceship. It's a powerful and complex piece of religious symbolism. Pakal isn't launching into space. He's descending into the underworld, Xibalba. This was a crucial part of the Mayan belief system. Death was not an end, but a transition, a journey. The sarcophagus lid depicts the precise moment of Pakal's death and the beginning of his journey toward rebirth and deification. Let's break down the symbolism from their perspective. The rocket ship is actually the world tree or Wakachan, the axis of the cosmos that connects the heavens, the earth, and the underworld. Pakal is shown falling down the trunk of this tree, from the world of the living into the realm of the dead. The flames and smoke at the bottom aren't from a rocket engine. They represent the jaws of a celestial monster, the Sakyuk Mut, a skeletal serpent that serves as the portal to Xibalba. Pakal is being swallowed by the underworld. What about the controls and pedals? Scholars identify these as symbolic elements of the world tree. His hands aren't gripping levers. They're in a specific gesture, interacting with the tree's sacred essence. The breathing apparatus is likely a piece of traditional Mayan jewelry, a nose ornament or a representation of the breath of life, which was a central concept in their culture. The figure at the very top of the carving, which ancient alien theorists sometimes call an antenna, is actually the celestial bird, or Itzamya, a principal deity perched at the top of the world tree, representing the heavens. So, the entire scene isn't about technology. It's about cosmology. It's a map of the Mayan universe and Pakal's place within it. He's positioned at the very center of creation, at the crucial intersection between life, death, and divinity. The carving tells the story of his royal lineage, his divine right to rule, and his ultimate transformation into a god upon death, destined to be reborn like the maize god. When you decipher the Mayan glyphs inscribed around the edges of the lid, this interpretation becomes even stronger. The text doesn't talk about flight speeds or star charts. It talks about Pakel's ancestors, key dates from his life, and mythological events tied to creation and divinity. It's a narrative that firmly grounds the image in Mayan religious belief. So where does that leave us? We have two compelling narratives. One is a thrilling sci-fi tale of ancient astronauts and forgotten technology, a story that challenges our understanding of the past. The other is a rich, complex tapestry of mythology, religion, and art, revealing the profound worldview of a lost civilization. The scientific and academic consensus overwhelmingly supports the mythological interpretation. The evidence from Mayan art, writing, and archaeology all points in the same direction. The sarcophagus lid is a masterpiece of Mayan religious art, not a blueprint for a spacecraft. But the allure of the astronaut theory persists. Why? Perhaps it's because it's more exciting. It taps into our modern fascination with space and the unknown. It's also, in a way, easier to understand. We recognize what looks like a rocket because we live in the age of space exploration. It's much harder to immerse ourselves in the complex and alien belief system of a culture that vanished centuries ago. It's a classic case of seeing what we want to see or what we're culturally conditioned to see. But maybe the real magic of the Palenque lid is in whether it's a king or an astronaut. The real magic is that it forces us to ask these questions. Is a piece of art so powerful and so strange that it can be interpreted in wildly different ways, each telling us something about ourselves? The ancient alien theory tells us about our hopes and fears, about the cosmos and our place in it. The mythological explanation tells us about our ability to painstakingly decode the past, to listen to the stories ancient people told about themselves in their own words. Ultimately, Pakel's journey, whether to the stars or to the underworld, remains one of history's most captivating visual puzzles. It's a reminder that the past is not always as it seems, and that buried beneath the stone and soil of our world lie mysteries that continue to challenge, inspire, and ignite our imagination. What do you think? Is Pakel a cosmic traveler frozen in stone or a divine king on a symbolic journey through the Mayan universe? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations of history's greatest mysteries.